So let's talk about what to do when you run out of warm market. But before we do, a lot of people say I ran out of warm market, but they haven't. What usually happens is they come across 2 to 3 no's, they get bummed out and they say I talked to everybody. When really they've only talked to 2 or 3 people. So don't be so quick to go cold market. Think of it like a shower, okay? You get into the shower and you start with warm water, and you don't want to go into cold water until you run out of warm water or it's going to shock you, right? But it's okay, you can gradually ease into the cold market, right? But so many people jump into cold market too quickly because they don't like the rejection that they're getting from family and friends. And so I think the reason why a lot of people struggle with network marketing is because, a lot of times the people that join network marketing are people that want to do better financially, and they're not in the best place, okay? Now that's not true for everybody, because I've had millionaires and billionaires and a lot of successful entrepreneurs join my organization as well. But it does seem like more often than not, we get a lot of people that are kind of at a down point in their life, and so what makes it really difficult for them is they don't have a lot of influence over their family and friends. And so they get involved in the business and they immediately want to go cold market. And you can do that, but you've just got to understand with cold market, you're going to get like 1 out of 100 people. And with family and friends, you can get like 1 out of 4. Now you might be getting 1 out of 8 or 1 out of 20 because people don't really have a lot of respect for your opinion, but that's okay. That's where I was. You're still better off talking to family and friends and getting 1 out of 10 or 1 out of 20 than you are going cold market and getting 1 out of 100. Now there's a lot of people that have such thin skin that they just absolutely can't take rejection from family and friends, and so they want to go cold market immediately. And so you can. I just want you to understand that now you're no longer really doing network marketing because you're no longer marketing to your network. And so I think a lot of people get into network marketing, get some rejection, and then they try to do it a different way, like online marketing or placing ads or whatever different form of cold market they choose. And then it's so difficult, and in like a month they quit and they say it doesn't work. Well, you don't really know if it works or not because you never really did it. You quit before you really gave network marketing a try, because when you're new and you don't have a lot of influence or success or experience, you may only get 1 out of 20 or 1 out of 10. And so you've got to be humble enough and you've got to be hungry enough to go through the rejection. Jim Rohn talks about in the beginning, you've got to make up in numbers what you lack in skill. So typically, somebody of average influence should be getting 1 out of 4. Now you're getting 1 out of 10 and you're like, man, this is brutal. That's just feedback for you that either 1, you haven't accomplished much in your life so far, or 2, possibly you're hanging out with a bunch of people that are kind of negative and not really motivated. So it could be you, it could be them, probably it's a combination of both. But for whatever reason, you've decided you want to go cold market. And so I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how to do that, okay? Going cold market is as simple as just making friends. You just want to be a professional friend maker. You want to get out of the house and you want to meet people and stop thinking about recruiting people and start thinking about making friends. Because when you're thinking about recruiting someone, it's almost like 2 guys at a nightclub that are just there to, meet a girl and go home with her that night. Girls can kind of like see it from a mile away. But they say love always hits you when you're not looking for it. And I believe the reason why that is because we're animals. And when you're not looking for it, you don't have that desperate hunter kind of smell about you. And girls can actually see you for who you are, which is a lot more attractive than when you're trying to be cool. And so it's the same with recruiting. I always say, don't go out to recruit, just recruit when you're out. Because it's so much more natural and organic. If you're at a salad place and you're actually buying a salad and then you bump into someone and you start talking, that's normal and natural. Everybody likes to buy, but nobody likes to be sold. As soon as somebody feels like you've got some kind of motive, all of a sudden everything you say kind of loses validity. People just kind of go like, yeah, right, whatever, you're just saying that because you somehow stand to benefit by selling me something. And so I like to have organic conversations. I don't really go out to recruit. I just recruit when I'm out.